Hey, Riddle here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. It is May 9th. Big storms going across our country, and our roses are in full bloom. Nothing brings me more joy than the simple luxury of having a rose garden. We have about 50 different types of roses, but I am by no means a rose expert. Most of these roses came with our property, and I've just taken very good care of them. I can say one of my favorite roses for the fragrance and color are the purple ones. I do not use anything toxic on my roses. I use all natural fertilizers I make on the property, and I don't use pesticides on them, so they're edible. Often when I make a salad, I'm invited to a party and I make a salad, I will introduce into the salad at the end edible flowers like nasturtiums, and if anything's blooming on the greens, like the tips of the mustards or the arugula, and rose petals, because rose petals are very light, refreshing flavor, and they're delicious in a salad. And people just get really excited because most people have never eaten a flower before, so it's kind of a fun experience for them. But today what we're doing is we're going to make rose water. It's so simple, it's so great for your skin, and you can actually make beverages from it. It also makes a really great gift for your friends because it's just roses and water. So you pick your roses. You want them to be pretty bloomed out. Pretty bloomed out. It doesn't matter if you do some of the buds when they somewhat are opening. Those are going to have really nice quality oil and flavor in them. But for the most part, you're going to want to take the roses that need to be trimmed anyways. That way you're not really losing anything from the beauty of your garden. Then you're going to use really good quality water. Put it in a decent size kettle. I'm using my steaming kettle. And I filled the kettle up with dripple filtered water to approximately halfway. And then you're going to go out in your garden and pick as many roses as you possibly can. And I'm removing the earwigs to feed to the chickens. Now, a couple of them might sneak in. You can pick them out later, but right now we are just adding every color of rose you can imagine. I did not rinse because I live in a really super clean environment up in the mountains, and because I'm boiling them, I don't think there's anything to worry about, and I want as much rose oil as I can. So this is part one of the video, but I'm going to explain a couple things, and then I'll re-explain how to make rose oil in part two. You want to have some nice quality glass jars available. If you're going to give them as gifts, of course you could just use canning jars for sure. You could probably actually can the rose water for sure, because it's just boiling water. But to give away for fresh as a gift to friends, I put it in whatever glass bottle I can find that's easy for it to dispense for them, and I tell them just to keep the rose water in the refrigerator because I'm not putting any citric acid or any kind of preservative in it. Okay, so you can see that I had boiled my water, and right now we have a hard boil going, and we don't want that, so I'm going to shut off my water. You just want the water to bring the water to a boil and get all your rose petals nice and wilty like this. And then take it off the flame. We're going to put the lid on it, and we're just going to let it sit. Now what we're doing right now is we're just going to wait for this to cool down, and it could take a while. You want to be mindful and have a spatula ready because all of the condensation that forms up here on the lid may be holding a lot of rose essence and rose oil, and you're going to want to make sure when you take the lid off that all drops into your kettle. And you might even take a nice silicone or a plastic spatula, a rubber spatula, and get all of that condensation back into your pot. And then the next thing we're going to do, once the water cools to, it's cool enough that we can touch it, we're going to squeeze really hard and extract all the essence out of these rose petals. And then you know what we're going to do? If we have enough, now there's two ways you can do this. I sometimes do a quadruple extraction to get super high quality rose oil. And what that means is every day we're going to have a ton of roses blooming, right? So when I have time, what I will do is after I put my rose oil in the refrigerator, every day I will pull it out, bring it to a boil, whatever petals or whatever fresh roses bloom in the garden that morning, that all gets boiled back into the water. And then same process, cool it down, squeeze all the essence out. And then the more you do that, every day that rose oil or rose water is going to get more and more and more concentrated. And then of course it goes in the fridge, and it lasts a lot longer too, because every day you're boiling it. So the bacteria is being managed, right? And it's just getting more and more concentrated. It's not necessary to do a quadruple extraction. You just get a lot higher quality and a lot more fragrant of a rose water. And you will literally see the rose oil beating up on the top of the water, which is really exciting. Okay, so that is the basics. Those are the basics of making rose water for yourself to drink, to put on your face. Best time to use rose water on your face is after you've washed it in the evening. Then you're just going to take and put the rose water in a separate little bowl and use a cotton swab, because you don't want to contaminate your whole bottle by getting dirty stuff in it. You're going to soak your cotton swabs and rub that all over your face generously, and just leave that on. Sleep with the nice rose water on your face, and it does beautiful things. And many people don't know that roses are medicinal, and this is why they make rose tea with them from the little tiny rose buds. The Chinese do, because, and other cultures, it's anti-inflammatory in the body. So really good for any inflammatory diseases. And to my knowledge, completely non-toxic. But what do I know? I'm just some schmuck on YouTube. Okay, that is today's video on how to make rose oil. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like my quick money-saving tips, garden wisdom, rants, raves, and occasional magic. Please like, share, subscribe, because that always helps me. And for some reason, I have very weak algorithms. Oh no, not weak algorithms. Womp, 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 womp. I will do part 2 to this video later, when the water's cooled down enough to squeeze the essence out of all those rose petals, and reiterate a lot of what I just shared with you. Bye for now. Have a great day.